Hello, welcome to today's presentation. My name is Kathy Prohoff, and I want to talk with you if you're a woman in her 40s and 50s dealing with stubborn fat gain, energy slumps, feeling all the hormones shifting, and at a loss of what to do next because you're trying everything and nothing is changing. So I want to share with you what happens to the female metabolism after the age of 40 and hormone imbalances. And if you don't know who I am, again, my name is Kathy. I have been a fitness trainer and a health coach for the past 30 years. I've been working on my own transformation through those years, as well as helping women get over and through the problems and out of the diet culture phase. And now I primarily work with women in their 40s and 50s because of these hormone changes and the belly fat and the lack of control that most women have. So let's just dive right in. I know that women in their 40s and 50s, which most likely is you, have a unique challenge when it comes to losing weight and getting into shape. Now, the biggest thing that stands in our way is the shifting of the hormones, perimenopause and menopause stage. It's not all of the issue, but it is the changing hormones that come into balance with our previous habits and our slower metabolism that now create that body to gain fat, and it becomes a problem. So to make life a little bit easier for you, I want to break down some of the things that might be bothering you most about your weight in your body right now, because a lot of women at this stage are complaining most about hormonal weight gain, stubborn belly fat, stubborn belly pooch, which can be left over after having kids or just gaining weight, cellulite, saddlebags, back fat, and then having extreme cravings. These are just some of the symptoms that are throwing us off track. Now, perimenopause and menopause truly can knock your hormones out of balance. They're shifting and they trigger all sorts of symptoms. So you're not alone in that if you are struggling. But it also affects your energy, and that's why it's so important to help reduce stress in your life as much as possible. Remember also that testosterone levels are probably declining faster, which most of us don't even consider. We're just looking at our estrogen and progesterone, and that affects our mood, energy levels, and the ability to burn fat more efficiently. So also what comes into play is now work stress is at an all-time high, health issues become an issue, and just life stresses will trigger cortisol, aka the hormone of stress, which in turn blocks your body's ability to burn fat. It starts to just store it more readily. That's why you notice that extra gain, fat gain around your stomach, your hips, your thighs, even your arms, a lot easier than ever before. And all these imbalances also affect your metabolism. So as stress starts to increase, you then notice that your energy might drop in the later afternoon. For me, this was a big problem. And you might even have trouble sleeping now some nights because of the shifting hormones. Maybe have anxiety about everything that needs to get done because you have so much to do. Menopause now also causes hot flashes, night sweats, and sleep disruptions, which means, your sleep gets compromised and you need the sleep. Over time, this results leaving you depleted, worn out, and honestly, working out can help you rebalance some of that energy, but I know a lot of us don't have the time to get a workout in, much less the energy. And again, that affects your body's ability to burn fat. So you can see how all of these are in line. Now, maybe you've been feeling like your metabolism is slow. Probably is, or broken. I thought mine was broken after I reached and moved past the age of 40. So some of the signs of this might include feeling run down, having cravings for either very sweet foods or very salty foods, maybe both, and then gaining weight without even knowing why. And a lot of women share that they haven't changed anything and they're gaining weight faster than ever, and it is completely unfounded and confusing. So while some of the health conditions above might be to blame for your symptoms, a lot of women at this stage of life are dealing with slower than they need to be metabolisms. But the good news is that there are ways to manage it and help your body stay in the state of fat burn longer. So I'm going to share 3 best weight loss practices for women in your 40s and 50s. Because now that you know what you're up against, you have a better idea. Here are some things I highly recommend for women at our stage of life. So number 1, understand how it is to get the most from your carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are not evil as they've been painted across many diet fads. There are simple carbohydrates, like we have your simple sugars, like say white flours, white sugars, cakes and cookies and all those type of foods. And then we have your complex carbs. And these are carbs that can take longer for your body to digest and absorb so it doesn't get stored to fat. It actually helps our energy. Now, women in our 40s and 50s need to be eating more complex carbohydrates to keep our blood sugars stable, sugar levels stable, because insulin also is spiking and dropping, and those cravings are a direct signal that they're out of balance. So looking at complex carbohydrates in the beginning of your day and more active part of your day is going to help. Things like oatmeal, quinoa, brown rice, sweet potatoes, high fiber vegetables. Now, what I suggest and what I have my clients follow is eating complex carbohydrates earlier in your day, also around your workout, because you're going to be able to burn that off more efficiently and it will not get stored as fat as easily. And stop eating them around 4 or 5 o'clock at night, because for most of us, our energies are not as high. We don't need as much energy in the later part of our day. Most of us are coming home, we're doing relaxing practices with the family or on our own, and we're just winding down for the day. You don't need a lot of energy, and you can work on fat burning by decreasing the carbs, starchy carbs after 4 or 5. A second tip I have for you to help rev that metabolism is to eat enough protein, because a lot of us women we don't follow this as well as we should. So why do you need protein? Well, you need it for your healthy muscles. We want to preserve and build up our muscle tissue because it is being broken down. It is declining after the age of 35. And it's also good for your skin, your hair, and the nails, which can be problems with the hormone shifting too. If you cut your calories too low, which many of us have done in the diet programs, there's a good chance that you also are cutting out important proteins. So make sure that you're eating at minimum at least 100 grams of protein, lean protein a day, just to get started. If you're not there yet, aim for 100 grams until that gets to be more of a habit for you. Now, once you start to increase your daily activity, say getting more steps in throughout the day, maybe starting to lift some weights, you're then going to need to raise your protein to at least 1 gram per body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, for example, you want to aim to get 150 grams of protein per day. That's going to help repair your muscles, regrow your muscle tissue, and help you recover. And it's amazing in all of the aspects that protein intake gives our bodies that we've never been shown before. Now, some examples, if you're not quite sure what type of protein should I choose, things like eggs, chicken, turkey breast, tuna, dairy products, other seafoods, also plant proteins. You can look into a plant protein diet if you want to steer clear of some meats, because they can be a little bit inflammatory if you're dealing with inflammation problems. Another bonus is that eating enough protein will help you manage your sugar cravings, a very great side effect. Now, step number 3, analyzing your metabolism and your health risks right now, because this is going to help get you started on taking action. Stop putting off what you need to be doing now because your life is so busy. This is a big problem. A lot of women share, I'm so busy. I have all of these going on, and I understand this. But your health, without you can't continue to do the things you have to do. So please take this very, very seriously. So I know that every woman's metabolism is different, but I also want to give you a way to assess your health risks with your growing issues, okay? Peri-menopause and menopause and other health conditions, or just having a high stressful lifestyle, will all affect how well your body can stay in a fat burning space. It will start to, again, shuttle that fat to store because it can't deal with the burn. So it will take care of other issues that are more extreme in this time. So if we can reduce those problems, then the fat burn can restore and we can build up that metabolism. So let's start with your health risks with your belly fat, because a lot of us are not sure, am I at risk of health issues? I want you to start by measuring your waist to hip ratio. So grab a tape measure, and I'm going to give you 4 steps to do this. Measure your waist at your smallest point. Most of the time, I just say to pick your belly button because it's the easiest place to continue to measure consistently. Wrap that tape measure around your waist or your smallest point of your waist if you prefer, again, usually your belly button, and record that number. What's that number? Then you want you to measure your hips. I would say stand in front of a mirror, placing your feet together, kind of like a mermaid, and then look at the widest parts of your hips, and I want you to wrap the tape around the hips at the widest area, all the way around your butt, all the way around the hips. That's your hip circumference, and then you're going to record that number. So you have your waist and your hips. Now you want to divide those 2 numbers. So grab your calculator or your phone, divide your waist size by your hip size. That's your waist to hip ratio. Now, what's a healthy ratio? I want you to record it and know that a ratio that is higher than 0.85 is a much higher chance of health problems. Now, don't freak out because we have solutions. We can take action. It's just knowledge is power, and it helps us understand where I am inside of my challenges and what I need to do right now. So if you're under this, great. You still want to take action and do things to help you preserve and keep your body running as smoothly. But if it's above, very, very vital. Don't wait another day, okay? Now, last but not least, I just want to talk about how to prevent your metabolism to continue to slow, why it's slow already, and what you can do to continue to speed it up. In the same way that you can boost your metabolism, which we're talking about now, it's also possible to slow it down, and that's not something that most of us want. So the number one culprit for a slower metabolism is crash dieting. Now, this is just slashing your calories too much and losing weight too quickly. It slows your metabolism and you do lose precious muscle tissue. And again, as you lose weight, also the problem is that the number of calories that your body needs each day will decrease because a smaller body doesn't require as much energy as a larger body does. So this is not a good recipe for long-term weight loss because over time we're going to run out of calories because we have to keep dropping lower and lower. So when you lose too much weight too quickly, more than 2 pounds per week. Now the first week or two of a program, you might see more than 2 pounds because of water weight. But over time, you should not be losing more than 2 pounds per week. What happens is your metabolism will slow, not only because you weigh less, but also because your body is losing precious muscle. So again, I'm repeating these same issues over and over again. That's how important and critical they are. Now remember, muscle burns calories. We want more muscle. So the less muscle that you have, then the fewer calories you burn and the slower your metabolism, which is a reason many of us are struggling after the age of 40. We've done diets before, and now our body is starting to work against us because the aging process has kicked in. And so we have to be very proactive about what we're doing. So this is why it's very crucial creating a small calorie deficit, not a large one, through dieting and combining with daily activities, say daily steps, and some basic body weight training or strength training, and moving through a healthy, happy system of how can I build muscle, how can I reduce stress, and how can I start to get into a fat burning store because my body is not overworking in the areas that it's not helping and not conducive to my fat burn, and not moving too fast because of the hormone shifts. Now, I hope this information has helped you. I will be sharing more. I want to share all of the truth and eliminate any of the confusion that you've learned from any other fitness professional who just tried to share a quick weight loss scheme with you, or a program that has depleted you and helped you just lose some weight without actually help you with the long-term results. So I will share all of the facts, just the facts here. If you have any questions or anything you prefer, you want me to cover in another video, feel free to share below. I'm more than happy to talk you through, help you, educate on what's true, what's not true, what's going to help you move forward and actually help improve your health and your wellness and your body for the long run. And this is going to only help teach the future generations to do the same. Thank you so much for watching, and follow for more. I'll see you in the next one.